Hi, it's Dr. Elisha Van Dusen at New Hope Chiropractic. Hip pain is a very common cause for lost time in sports, and it can also interfere with one's daily activities, including your work. So, what are some of the more common injuries of the hip? Well, you can have muscle strains. This is probably the most common injury to the hip, and also the groin area because of the weight-bearing job of the hips. They have that when running, jumping, climbing, twisting, and strains occur more often with eccentric muscle contractions. That's when the muscle lengthens versus when the muscle shortens. Examples of eccentric muscle contractions include the lowering of a weight during a bicep curl, running down a hill or steps, or lowering a bar to the chest in a bench press. Bursitis is another type of hip injury. A bursa is a fluid-filled sac located where muscles attach to bone and help lubricate muscles and tendons as they slide back and forth on each other during activity. We have bursae in several joints, but especially in the hip, shoulder, elbow, and knee. Injury to the bursa can be the result of overuse, trauma, or even a post-surgical complication. Next, we have contusions, which is a direct blow to the hip and or the pelvis. This can bruise the area, which is actually called the contusion. It's a common cause of bursitis, and when it's located on the side of the hip, it's often called a hip pointer. Another injury is stress fracture. These are usually seen in long-distance runners, also in women more often than men. People with nutritional deficiency, like those with an eating disorder, and older athletes, especially those with poor bone density, also have an elevated risk of having stress fractures. Labral tears are also hip injuries that can occur, hip problems that can occur. The labrum is a thick, fibrous ring that borders the hip socket, adding depth and support to the hip joint. And if this labrum tears, a person may experience pain, stiffness, and also problems with mobility. Femoroacetabular impingement is when bone spurs form on the rim of the hip joint, the socket, hip joint socket, and they can cause pinching as the hip is moved to its end ranges of motion, and this can lead to osteoarthritis, and it's often due to a torn labrum or capsule. So that's another type of injury. Osteitis pubis is repetitive pulling of muscles that attach to the pubic bone, and this is often seen in runners, soccer, and hockey players. Also, childbirth can cause this. And then we have sports hernias too. These injuries are frequently seen with athletes, people who play sports that require repetitive twisting, turning at high speeds, like hockey players, for example, and are thought to be caused by an imbalance between strong thigh muscles and weaker abdominal muscles. So these are all some possible concerns that can occur with the hip, and with chiropractic patients, we've seen a lot of these things and had some great relief with chiropractic care on all of these types of conditions. So if you know somebody who has any of these issues, or you have some of these issues yourself, you owe it to yourself to give chiropractic a try and see if possibly it can help you out with this. Check us out at newhopechiropractic.com, and as always, have a healthy day.